Hi, so today I am making this video to address concerns and some confusions that some people are having. The first confusion, let's call it confusion even though it's not, is that when I did the 225 pounds on this, people were calling it a glory lift. Okay, one, it's not a glory lift, it's called a max lift. It's a way of being able to know exactly where you are in your workout and know if you've made improvements, and it's a great way to mark improvement. I started, my lowest original max was like 35 pounds. So I worked from 35 pounds to 225 pounds using that method. It is a great way of motivizing you, well, me at least, because oh wow, I can definitely see marked improvement. Plus sometimes it lets you know in ways that just doing your normal reps would, your normal rep workout, that hey, you're actually ready to go a little bit beyond. And they're like, hey, yeah, let me add 5 more pounds, or let me go up 5 or 10 pounds in my normal workout. So it's also great for that, especially great for motivation, like I said. Okay, second thing is a lot of people have been very confused. Again, I'm not really super sure why, but they think that either I am not sitting at the correct height, which I am. If I go higher, then it affects my shoulder. If I go lower, weirdly, it affects my, like right here, like my collarbone area. So I have calibrated the height perfectly. And then the next thing is some people think I'm doing weird stuff with my shoulder, or that I'm just doing too much weight. It's not. And so I'm going to show you why not right now. So if I was doing a normal press, I'm not actually going to touch the handles just because well, I can't push them both out as far at the same time. Basically, if I was gearing up for a push, no matter what the weight is, right, I'm using 2 hands, I would do it like this and it would look like this, right? If I do one, it looks like this, right? And so it looks very different, but that's because one shoulder is, or one side is literally not moving and the other is moving. So I'm doing this, but if I did it together, both shoulders are moving just as far, right? So I end up just as far, but it looks significantly different because it's just one side that's moving. That's all it is. So when I'm pushing, you know, whether it's 225 or 205 or 180, or even if it was 90 pounds, right, it's going to be the same thing, right? Because I'm pushing with this side, and then if I matched it, right, it would be the same difference. I'm really hoping you guys are getting this because it's pretty simple. Basically, it just looks different. So it looks like my shoulder is moving further than it should, but it's not. I'm just pushing at with the same power. And some of you may be like, oh, well, you should be looking like this when you push. Well, I mean, if I'm pushing a weight that's ridiculously simple, sure. But then I'm not activating my muscles very much. You know, and then it's like, oh yeah, this looks super nice and whatever. But it's not, because I'm not in any way actually activating my muscles. It's like, oh yeah, let me just throw this weight up. Like, yeah, of course, it's gonna look, you know, slightly less whatever. But no, if I'm actually putting muscle into it, it's going to look different. Because, you know, my muscles are gonna look bigger because I'm flexing all of them. I'm like, ugh, right? And so that looks different. But if I was flexing both of them at the same time, it would look the same, right? And then take it away, and it's different. Also, there's the fact that when I'm doing it, you know, maybe just there's a hair of difference between doing one arm and this way, but that's only because I'm flexing my pecs so that when I do the body weight, I don't go like this and then flip over, right? Because I'm trying to stabilize my core. My whole right side is basically focused on not flipping, you know, because I weigh 155, and you know, when I'm pushing literally anything over that, realistically, according to like, you know, physics or whatever, I should be falling over kind of thing, right? I mean, there is a tendency for this part of my body to just collapse in. So yeah, so I might look a little bit different, but again, if I was using 2 arms, it would balance that out. So that's it. I hope you guys understand. It's not a glory thing. It's not I'm doing it in any way wrong. It just looks slightly different because I'm literally using one hand. And no, I didn't start out just one day and be like, hey, I can just do making 225 pounds, no problem, you know? And I mean, okay, even if that was somehow, which, I mean, anyone who's worked out should know that's not possible. Like, if I didn't have the strength to push it, I wouldn't be able to get past here. Like, you can't lock your arm out if you don't have the strength. So even if, let's say, I was doing it with poor form, I'm still pushing a lot of weight, which is awesome. And I think it's awesome that I'm doing this amount of weight, and I'm trying to be inspirational, so get over yourselves about trying to critique me, because I am doing this right. I have had a trainer do it, and I've been working on this particular machine for like 7 years. And I've had trainers, certified trainers, people who are literally, it's their job to train people, telling me how to work out. So, thank you. I appreciate your concern. Some of you have valid concerns, some of you are just being irritating on purpose. The end.